I used to think love could survive anything. I believed loyalty was unshakable if you gave your all to the person you married. But I was wrong. Love doesn't survive betrayal, it gets crushed beneath it. And that's how my marriage ended, not with a long build-up, but with one reckless night my wife thought she could hide. Her name was Sophie, and we'd been married 5 years. We weren't perfect, but we were stable. We had a home, shared dreams, and what I thought was trust. Sophie adored music, especially Byeoncé. When Byeoncé announced her world tour, Sophie was ecstatic. I couldn't get tickets at first, they sold out in minutes, but her coworker Daniel somehow managed to find a pair. He gave them to her with a smile that lasted a bit too long. I brushed it off, thinking maybe I was being paranoid. When the night of the concert came, Sophie was glowing like a teenager. I couldn't join, work had me tied up, so she went with a group of colleagues. At least, that's what she told me. She kissed me goodbye, promised to call when she was heading home, and left wearing a dress she hadn't worn in years. Something felt off, but I convinced myself I was overthinking. After all, it was just a concert. At around midnight, I texted her, "How was it? On your way home?" No reply. Another hour passed. Then another. Finally, at 3 in the morning, she stumbled in, hair messy, perfume faded but mixed with the scent of cologne I didn't recognize. She claimed she'd stayed out 4 drinks after the concert and lost track of time. Her phone was clutched tightly in her hand, never leaving her sight as she walked past me. I wanted to believe her. I tried to. But trust, once cracked, sharpens into suspicion. Over the next few days, Sophie acted strangely, hiding her phone, smiling at messages she didn't share, showering me with sudden affection that felt forced. My gut screamed at me, but I needed proof. The proof came the following weekend. While she was in the shower, her phone buzzed with a message from Daniel. "Last weekend was unforgettable. Nobody's ever made me feel like that. When can we do it again?" I froze. My chest tightened as if a weight had been dropped on me. Every doubt, every suspicion was confirmed in that single message. She hadn't just gone to a concert, she had slept with him after. One night of Beyonce, one night of reckless betrayal, and my marriage was in ruins. I confronted her that evening. I didn't scream or throw things, I just held up her phone and asked, "So, was it worth it?" Her face drained of color. She tried to deny it, then cried, then admitted it. She claimed it was the excitement of the night, that she got caught up in the moment, that it meant nothing. But it meant everything to me. She had broken the one thing we had built together, trust. Her excuses poured out like water from a broken dam. It was the alcohol, it was the music, it was just one night. I don't even care about him. She begged me not to end things, told me we could get past this. But I couldn't. Because it wasn't just about the physical act, it was about the choice. She chose to betray me. She chose a moment of thrill over a lifetime of loyalty. I filed for divorce within the month. She cried when I told her, pleaded with me to reconsider. But I had already made my decision. The image of her in someone else's arms was something I couldn't erase, no matter how much I once loved her. The fallout was brutal for her. Daniel had no interest in a relationship, he made that clear once he realized she wanted more. He ignored her, treated her as nothing more than a fling. Sophie tried reaching out to him, only to be met with silence. And me? I was gone. She lost both of us, all for one night. Months later, I ran into her by accident at a cafe. She looked different, worn down, carrying guilt in her eyes. She tried to smile, tried to make small talk, but I kept it short. Before I left, she whispered, "I made the biggest mistake of my life that night." I didn't respond. Because she was right. That night of Beyonce might have been unforgettable for her, but not in the way she imagined. She thought it was a thrilling escape, a harmless night of fun. Instead, it became the moment she destroyed the life we had built, the marriage we had nurtured, and the love I had given her without hesitation. I sometimes wonder if she thinks about me when she hears Beyonce now. If every lyric, every melody, is a reminder of what she lost. Maybe she turns the radio off. Maybe she cries when a song comes on. Or maybe she drowns it out, pretending it doesn't sting. But I know it does. Because regret doesn't fade, it lingers like a ghost, haunting you in the quiet moments. As for me, I moved on. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. I rebuilt myself piece by piece, discovered strength I didn't know I had, and promised myself never to ignore my instincts again. Sophie traded our marriage for one night she thought would be magical. But concerts end, lights go out, and music fades. And what she was left with wasn't joy, it was emptiness, loneliness, and the cold echo of her own choices. One night of Beyonce. A lifetime of regret.